Hello everybody, and welcome to your Baba Yaga Season 9 guide. Gonna be grabbing ourselves the Sands of Time Tier 1 Magic Focus. That's right, you guessed it, some health pots and some multi-pots, because there is one build to rule them all, and it involves pen on pen on pen, and you're gonna have a great time building it on every mage that you can get your hands on. Just like you're gonna have a great time getting your hands on that like button and making sure you comment down below to help out with the YouTube algorithm gods, and make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you never miss a god guide, so you always know who to play, what to play, when to play. Step 1, we're gonna be leveling up our Up R01 first. This is gonna be our main lane clear PvP ability, and we are also going to be maxing it out first. Gives us a bunch of fantastic benefits. Not only are we going to get more damage on this ability, but all of those various effects that it can provide will also get leveled up. Not going to run through all of Baba Yaga's different effects that she can do, but the crucial thing for you as a player on Baba Yaga to start getting used to her is to look down at this little bit of UI. This little bit of UI is going to describe kind of everything that you need to know on Baba. And that is going to include the very top part, which is going to be the next shape of your one. So that's how you know what your next shape is going to be. You're like, oh, I wonder what I'm throwing out next. What can they roll up next? So now I know my next one's going to be an oval. Ooh, the fun shape. Over to the right hand side, and the color of it will let you know what effect it's gonna do. So this is my freezy boy, so it's a slow down effect. Compared to this one is gray in the boot. That means it's the speed up effect for us. And then finally, over here on the UI, you're gonna wanna also make sure that you're taking a gander at the bottom. The bottom of this bar is your
focus on the
house charge.
Trial and error.
And that is gonna indicate to you how many stacks you can get from your house, or how much healing, how much sustain that you can get out of your house. The more full the bar, the more stuff that you are going to get.
Middle tower is under attack.
What's it gonna be today?
Now, unfortunately for Baba Yaga, stacking right now, kind of a no-go. There is an argument, I think, to be made, potentially, for the Warlock's stash on Baba Yaga in the right scenarios. But I would not say that it's necessarily like a every game thing. It's gonna be more of if you can get a little bit ahead early, make yourself a little bit tankier, you're a little bit harder to kill that way. And so that way they can't kill like the #1 person on your team that's running around and make the damage happen.
Focus on the battle at hand.
A little rude here, to be honest.
Tooth and claw.
Little rude here to go take our little red buff.
Magic.
But as far as the level order of Baba Yaga, she's pretty simple. Gotta be ranking up the ultimate whenever you can. So go ahead and grab that 4. Then you gotta rank up your 1 whenever you can. Then your 2, and finally your 3. So that is 4, 1, 2, 3 on Baba. And that order doesn't change. You can always level her that way. As far as the potions,
Let's make it.
you see the potion pop up in your hand. The actual ingredients of the potion, while they will change the exact damage that it does, they will change the effect that it does. In actuality, it doesn't really matter.
Are you insane?
Because you're never actually gonna change the way that you're using the potion depending on its ingredients. It's not like, oh, this is a blue potion, so I'm gonna use it like this. Literally doesn't matter. Pick potion, hit enemy with potion. That's all there is to it. But just to have some quick knowledge at your disposal, if it's a red potion, that means it's going to do slightly more damage. If it's a blue potion, that means they're going to be slowed down slightly more. If it's a green potion, that means that they're going to have a little bit of various debuffs on them a little bit more. And if it's the white/gray potion, that means that it is a hodgepodge of all of them. You're never gonna sit there and like count the ingredients or anything and be like, oh, which one is this? What exactly does it have in it? Oh, Chuck Testa, never gonna happen. You're gonna put that potion in your pocket and you're gonna throw it at them.
Gank left lane.
You're gonna yeet it and you're gonna hit them and it's gonna do probably damage. It's gonna do probably CC and you're gonna like it. Like this. You're just gonna throw them out, you're gonna yeet it, and you're gonna have a good time. Then we're gonna go to our Baba Yaga house, hit him with a 1, hit him with a 2, turn around on the Tiamat, hit Tiamat with a couple as well. She'll take a lot of damage, he's gonna jump away. I might actually be able to finish him as well if he isn't careful. Not quite gonna be able to get that kill, but Robin is also not gonna continue the chase for me. When is it a good time to pick Baba Yaga? Pretty much all the time. One stellar thing that Baba Yaga has in her kit is that her 3 is knock up / knockback immune.
Be right back.
So keep that in mind when you're picking a Baba Yaga. That can be very helpful for her. But also keep in mind that outside of those immunities, Baba Yaga's 3 is quite susceptible to actually getting interrupted. Pretty thick, long charge. You can watch this animation go through. While we do have mitigations inside of it, pretty long charge, which means that a Apollo Mez, a Kumba Mez, easy to land Thor stun, whatever, plenty of time to interrupt you out of this ability, take the cooldown, and then take your life. So you do need to be very careful about when you are actually going to throw down the Baba Yaga dash. Your absolute nightmare on Baba Yaga is the god that they have, which is Ganesh. You cannot use Baba Yaga 3 around Ganesh unless you know for a fact that his silence is down. His silence will interrupt your 3 immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, and you will have a bad time. I promise. So you have to either wait for him to use it or get enough distance between you that he can't get in range and stop you from using it. Fun little use of the Y right here. You can use it to clear the way from farther away by utilizing the Y to go straight down the lane at the minions. My Khepri is kind of going in right here, but I see a Robin probably going to come over on the side. He sure did. I've got my silence up right now. On my 1, going to try to throw it down. The Robin not quite going to hit it. Tiamat is getting a little aggressive here.
Attack.
I'm actually going to call for the attack. I'm going to level up
Chemistry is magic.
my 2 to get another point into that, and I'm gonna start coming up behind them. Gonna start channeling my dash to try to get myself close to this Robin, channel my ulti, smoosh him on the head, and now I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna start running right to the Tiamat, slightly leading the Tiamat with my ultimate, so that way the chase on her with the fire will stay on her just a little bit longer. So instead of saving that point at level 8, we actually use it to level up just to get a little bit of bonus damage to help us out in that fight. Did it end up mattering? Who knows? We may never know. As far as God that you are on your team with Baba Yaga, Baba is going to bring the heat. She does an insane amount of damage right now. All mages do an insane amount of damage right now, pretty much, outside of a few. So she is going to have plenty of magic damage. You do not need any other magic damage with her. So you can run a traditional Guardian support, play it like normal. You can run a standard team comp, ADC, Hunter, Warriors and solo, Assassins in the jungle, all that good stuff. And she will provide safe, long range, high artillery damage to your squad.
I love it.
I should also mention that Baba Yaga is more of a late game team fight focused god than she necessarily is early game. Her early game is not bad whatsoever. In fact, she has one of the better early games for a late game oriented god. So she doesn't have any weak points in terms of her actual power spiking. But the pre-level 5 is when you are going to be the weakest on Baba Yaga, so do keep that in mind. The longer the game goes, the stronger that you are going to get. The potion combo in the late game is going to be a disaster for the enemy team. Speaking of the potion combo, we should kind of talk about your standard combo here on Baba. Just a speedy little Rama right there. Your
hand.
standard little combo
Ultimate is ready.
on Baba Yaga. Always make sure that you have a potion in your pocket. You put that potion in your pocket, or so help me, so help me, so help me. It's a work in progress. After you put the potion in your pocket, now you've got the ability to throw 2 in a row. A lot of the time, you're going to start off by throwing a potion, not the one in your pocket if you can, because if you throw out the one that's your ability first, not your pocket, it'll put the ability on cooldown. Then you can throw the one in your pocket, and then you can use the one. If you're not going for the full kill, you're just going to throw out your 2 and then your 1. That's going to be just your regular poke over and over again. 2, 1, 2, 1. The reason you throw out the 2 first is because the 2 is probably going to have a blue ingredient, which means it is going to slow, and it is going to make your life just a little bit easier in order to hit your follow-up on the 1. So you almost always use the 2 before the 1.
Enemy missing the
Gonna go ahead and back it up. Get myself a Spear of the Magus and a Aegis. Now, looking at their composition, they've got an okay amount of healing. Fenn's got a little bit of sustain in the kit. Robin's got a little bit of sustain in the kit. Sincerely, Rama's gonna get some life steal. He's already got the Blood Forge. So going into a Divine Ruin here as a 3rd item, not too bad of an option. If you wanted to get the Warlocks, this is where you would grab the Warlocks right about in this 3rd item slot, because you got to get that double flat pen going early. Of course, if they had a bunch of healing, then you would need to get that Divine Ruin no later than that 2nd slot. But luckily for me, they don't really have a lot of healing, so I could get away with just going the Magus. Baba does have a decent bit of self-peel with her ultimate, as well as her 3 in order to get her out of trouble. But it is always nice to have yourself a friend that's got a get out of jail free card. So any of the supports that have a good peel, I like to run with her. You get yourself a nice Capri ult right on top of you. Boom. That's going to give me so much time to live. So much time to get more damage off, especially as we go into the house on Baba and we become a little bit more of a sitting duck. The ability to have that Capri res right there, massive. Allows me to play a lot more aggressively than I necessarily could if I didn't have him on my team. And also, generically having frontline on your team is also nice. I hate playing a mage in general when, like, you have an assassin solo on your team, and then all of a sudden, you get to the late game team fights, and you realize that they're just diving straight through to you because you don't have any frontline. That is, like, the worst feeling as a mage and a hunter. So as long as you've got some frontline on your team on Baba, you're probably going to be good. It's really all you're looking for. 2 beefy boys to stand in front of you and get tanky. And of course, it's always nice to have a defensive support that can peel for you, whether that's going to be a Ganesh, whether that's going to be a Gab, whether that's going to be a Capri. I'm not a huge fan of Gab right now. His win rate is actually really, really garbage because his early game is so bad and we're in such an early game meta, but I digress.
Your right tower is under attack. Freedom!
We're kind of transitioning here into the mid game now. Got to make sure I'm getting wards out to support my team. We're playing pretty aggressively, so I'm going to make sure that they are deep wards. Also, keep in mind that walls on Baba Yaga are your best friend. They are your best friend. All of our abilities that we can do over walls. We can throw our ulti over a wall. We can throw our potions over a wall. Our 1 will go through it. All of it. So when we get to the late game team fights, we don't need to run straight up to the enemy team. We don't gotta be like, hi, hello, I'm right here. I'm the mage. Please come kill me. We can stay behind a wall, send them a postcard from over the wall, in chillax. And then if they choose to jump over the wall at us,
Magic.
we can either jump over the wall right back with our 3, or we can immediately go into our ultimate, knock them up, and then now we're not trapped over there with them. They are trapped over there with us.
Gank left lane.
Gonna call for the gank left lane here. I am gonna position myself
make it
pretty aggressively around the back. There's the Rama ult. I'm gonna start dashing back through the tower. We're gonna be able to get this tier 1, it looks like, without too much of a problem, except for that was a really aggressive Robin play right there. Hopefully I can still kill him and grab the tower. I will be able to. I know the Rama's ulti is down, so I'm actually gonna jump right into him, pop my ulti. I'm gonna start throwing out my ultimate just a little bit in front of him, you can see. Try to hit him with all 4. Hopefully the bleed damage is going to be able to finish him. Looks like it just wasn't quite able to finish him off. Gonna start jumping away from the Fenrir, but it looks like I get goofed pretty hard by that wall right there. I just got trolled a little bit by the old Smitey Smite. Not going to be able to get out of this one no matter what. That solo lane Fenrir rotation put us in quite a hard spot. And for our 3rd item, we are going to get ourselves the last of our flat pens, the Desolation, the Magus, the Divine Ruin combo. This triple flat pen build, you see a lot. Why? Because it gives you basically true damage against squishies. And there's so much damage in the game right now that a lot of it comes down to who can 100 to 0 their squishy before our squishies get 100 to 0. Next up, we are going to be starting to work on our percent pen, and we're going to go right into the Obsidian Shard. Obsidian Shard is a fantastic standalone percent pen item right now because it gives you 20% plus 100 magical power. It's not that expensive, and you get an extra 10% magical pen on the first ability that you throw out. Look at that, the entire pen tree. And then on Baba Yaga, we'll be finishing up with the last item of Soul Reaver. The reason why we're going to get Soul Reaver on Baba Yaga is because she does have quite a few ways to proc it. She's got the double potions, which means she can proc it on the potions, and every single one of her abilities does damage, which means that she does have the ability to proc it 5 times, which is quite nice.
On my way.
An enemy has been
Gotta dash away from some trouble. Here in the mid lane, we're making quite a few friends. I do have a sentry ward out that I'm gonna go place at top left. Looks like my Arthur is diving into this fight, so I'm gonna start diving into the fight as well. Looking over towards the Robin, I'm actually gonna jump myself in, pop my ultimate right on top of both these guys, hit him with a little knockup. Should be able to finish off the Tia in the background. Then I gotta turn around and start working on that Ganesh, and you're gonna see the Fenrir TP in at the very end as well. He could go for that Kepri and try to kill him, so I am gonna try to stick around to help out, but he could just as easily switch onto me. So I'm gonna try to keep my distance with these walls. Now the Fenrir ulti is down, I can actually rotate over and start to help out a lot more.
Your right tower is under attack.
I'm gonna call for the attack the gold tree. We're getting a little bit greedy over here. Put a potion in my pocket because there ain't one. Head on over to the gold.
Enemies incoming.
They are coming to fight this,
On my way.
which means we're gonna have to turn and go for some kills. We're not gonna be able to do this.
Incoming.
Now there's a Rama right in front of us. We're not going to be able to get too much off of this. We know the Fenrir ulti
Enemies
is down,
behind us.
but this is where fights can start to get ugly. We have kind of overstayed our welcome, I'm going to be honest. So we need to be careful about that. Luckily, my ultimate is coming back up in just 5 seconds. And if that ulti comes back up, we could go for a round 2 on the fight. Gonna quickly try to take the purple, just take some buffs. Make sure we're not getting nothing out of this. I'm gonna go diving right into Rama. I presume he's gonna jump towards the tower. He did, so I jumped the same direction. I'm gonna dive into the tower a little bit just in case he goes to use his Aegis, and he did. I can get away with that on the Baba Yaga because I get that shield when I use my ultimate, so I don't mind having to tank it for just a little. And now I can once again go back and call attack the Gold Fury. We've got the Ganesh zoned out with the King Arthur. We've got 3 of us right here. Now we should actually be able to burn this. Now, Baba Yaga does not have the best secure in the world. She is a premier objective burner. She will wreck Gold Fury, she will wreck Titans, Fire Giants, etc. But she doesn't have the best secure. All she can really do is throw out one ability and hope for the best. Her ultimate is not a secure ability. It is a burn ability. Think of Baba Yaga like a Merlin in that regard, where he can wreck the objective in like 2 seconds, but he doesn't necessarily have the big whammy kablammy Scylla ult at the end to go ahead and put it away. So you don't want to contest necessarily the 50-50 with a Baba
Your
Yaga.
middle tower is under attack.
You want to focus a lot more on the actual fight itself, so that way you don't have to worry about 50-50. Luckily, Tiamat, also another god that's not super good at securing the objective.
Enemy missing. Be careful.
So between the two of us, it actually is a fairly even matchup. She's got the same problem. Kind of waiting for him to dash a little bit, but let's see, he's not going to. I'm gonna have to use my ultimate for the CC immunity. I see a party over in the backline, so I'm just gonna throw as much damage down as I can at them. Probably gonna end up dying here. I'm just gonna jump away, put a potion in my pocket.
Magic.
Good Capriol. Got them to stop doing damage on me. My house is gonna give me a little bit of sustain right on up. I see a Tiamat
I always
trying to work her way around the back.
make
Being a little cheeky right there. Rama was over in the mid lane pushing.
Enemy
Gonna call
missing.
the enemy missing. I think Rama's gonna have to come up through this mid, or no, he's gonna go all the way deep way, which means he's coming up all the way from over here, and I might be able to catch that as well. Ganesh is kind of low, so I'm actually gonna jump in on this. Gonna go for the potion. That's gonna slow him down, and I should be able to follow up with a little one. Put him away right there. Rama rollout is down, and I'm gonna call for the attack Fire Giant. Ultimate is back up in just 10 seconds. We can use that to actually burn it.
Attack
Gonna have to
Fire
call the
Giant.
attack Fire Giant again. It looks like everybody's getting pretty aggressive going over for the Phoenix, and now actually we're gonna have to retreat. We're not gonna be able to go do the Fire Giant at all. Everybody just going too deep right there, diving into the Phoenix. We could have backed up right there around the speed buff and gone back and done an objective for free.
Chemistry is magic.
Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful about when you see blood. When you start seeing red, that's when you start to make poor decisions.
Make it explode.
So think to yourself, am I chasing this because this is a good play? Or am I chasing this because I want to hear that sweet, sweet triple kill sound?
Trial and error.
Now that we're level 20, we will back up and finish our Sands of Time into the good old Pendulum. As soon as we've got enough gold for it, it'll give us 30% CDR. With the Spear of Desolation, and then with a red pot, we are actually at a full 40% CDR. Not to mention we're at 45 flat pen and 20% pen. Robin jumping in on me. Gonna have to pop my ulti here for a little bit of a shield action. Looks like Fen is taking quite a bit of damage. I'm gonna go down here. Hopefully the Fen dies anyway, so we at least make it a 1-for-1 trade. Seems that I am quite clearly going to be the target in these fights. Tried to jump out of that earlier fight. You can see we got interrupted with the Ganesh silence, which is so problematic for us. So we're gonna have to really make sure that we are standing quite far back in these ones, because they've got a very good front line as well with their Robin, Fenrir, Ganesh. They've got triple front line, not to mention Tiamat is arguably a front line herself,
Defend the Fire Giant.
when she is in that ground form. I actually think they could be doing the Fire Giant right now. They've got enough front line to be tanking it, particularly with the Fenrir, so we need to make sure we get some vision on it. There we go. They were actually doing a little bit of Fire Giant over there. But Capri got the vision, and so they cannot do it for free anymore.
Defend the Fire Giant!
Gotta head right back on over to Fire
Your
Giant.
middle tower is under attack.
Gonna take the path through the mid lane. That way I can make sure I push up this mid wave as well. Great pick from the team right there.
Enemies behind us! On my way.
Let's make it explosive.
Clearing this wave very quickly. While on my way, gonna put out a aggressive sentry ward towards the team.
I have
Gonna
an
get that
idea.
potion ready to go. Throwing out the potion, bam.
What's it
Gonna
gonna
throw out
be
my
today?
one, bam. Gonna get silenced by Ganesh, classic, bam. Gotta pop my ulti right now.
It's alive.
Should be able to turn this around, make sure Ganesh dies from that. Then I'm gonna use the rest of my ulti to throw it back in towards their team. They're gonna take a whole lot of damage out of that one. Put that potion in my
Fire
pocket,
Giant.
and then I'm gonna call for the attack Fire Giant once again. And I've got another potion at the ready. Gonna use these two for some quick burn. Also gonna use my 3. Baba Yaga 3. Tons of damage on this ability. Got my potion at the ready if I need to secure it with the potion. Do my best to secure it. That was honestly a straight up 50-50 on that Fire Giant. Not preferable, but it just kind of is what it is at this point. We can immediately start attacking right lane. Go right for this tier 2 tower. Clear this wave. We might even be able to grab a Phoenix off this as well. I'm gonna call to attack it again. Rama had to back. He's at half HP. We got a full wave of creeps coming up. We got a very healthy Arthur,
Trial and
who
error.
should be able to tank this for us as well.
Retreat.
And the second these creeps get in range,
Outmatched.
we're gonna end up being totally fine. I'll take the tower for a second. I've got the Baba Yaga shield. Don't mind me. Now we've got the creeps in range. If we can take out this Ganesh as well, that would be massive. Gonna use my 3 to get a little cheeky right here. Get very aggressive. Fantastic little play there from Arthur. Gonna allow us to hopefully pick up a Ron. We'll be able to grab that kill on the fountain. I'm gonna call for the attack Titan. We just killed 3. They've got a couple respawning, but we're gonna keep the pressure right here onto the Titan, and we should be able to go ahead and finish this one off. Gonna pop my Aegis and just walk out of that range and make sure I'm no longer tanking it, and we are gonna be able to grab that kill. For our last item, as we discussed earlier, we would have gotten that Soul Reaver because we do have the ability to proc Soul Reaver 5 times on Baba Yaga because we can have that extra potion in our pocket. Take away some Baba Yaga, utilize the walls. They are your friend. You can throw all of your abilities over and through walls. Your 3 does a lot of damage, but it is a high risk, high reward ability. And make sure you watch out for people that have the instant interrupts. The Ganeshes of the world, the Apollos, very easily will be able to interrupt your getaway skill, and then all you have to get away is becoming a big house, which is also a big target. So you got to be careful with that, guys. And that is your Season 9 Baba Yaga guide. Don't, of course, forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching over on YouTube. And of course, you can subscribe on Twitch too. That's always cool. It's not illegal. Thank you for supporting the Twitchiest community. If you'd like to see more videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and always hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you for all your support and have a Twitchin' day, y'all.